Did you know that when that person comes to you and starts gossiping or bitching or whinging or being sarcastic or delivering you those little nasty one-liners, when you say to yourself something along the lines of, I'm just going to let it go. I'm just going to rise above it. I'm going to be the better person. They've got a lot going on at home. It's not personal. I'm just going to say nothing, just going to ignore it. Did you know that that is more toxic than what the other person said? And the reason why is because we are enabling them and we're actually teaching them that, yeah, actually keep talking like that because you're going to get my attention. Now, you're not doing that on purpose. And the reason that you're doing that is because, let's face it, these people that are delivering that nastiness or that verbal aggression or the opinion, they're scary. They're scary. And the idea of standing up to them actually, well, we wouldn't know because we haven't done it. When you are listening to someone and in your head, you're thinking, stop talking. You're an idiot. You are, oh my God, this negativity. I can't cope with this negativity. Oh my God, I feel really uncomfortable. But instead you go, oh, really? What we're doing is we're teaching that other person, like, keep going. Yeah, because I'm actually really interested. And we rescue ourselves with our silence because if we did speak up, A, they're going to say something back, which is, oh, scary. But even worse still, if we were to say something, then that other person might not like us anymore. And that's not good either. So that's why we revert to silence. But what if there was a way that you could nip it in the bud, speak up, stand your ground, and stop them from being so negative without having to say, stop it, you are the problem, which is what we don't do. Well, there is a way for you to do it. And you want to know how to do it? A really, really powerful way to do it. And if you've got a tyrant in your workplace that no one knows how to deal with, stop trying to deal with the tyrant. Start educating your other staff because they're the ones with the power. Because remember, every tyrant, let's just put it out there, every tyrant needs some minions. They need the groupies, they need the agreeers, because that's where their power is. If you can convert the minions, and you're probably one of them, because I know I have been in the past and still occasionally am, then all of a sudden the tyrants will actually stop their behavior because there is no payoff for it. Wouldn't that be cool? And here's how you do it. You don't tell the tyrant to stop it. You don't tell the tyrant that you don't like the way that they're talking and you'd appreciate that they were nicer. You don't challenge the tyrant and tell them what they're saying is wrong. You do this. Buy into it. What does that mean? Buy into it. Ask for more information. Because you know yourself, whether it's your husband, your wife, your mother, your father-in-law, your sister-in-law, your brother-in-law, your daughter, your friend, your boss, your colleague, whoever it is. You know, these people that say these things like these throwaway lines that are nasty, they're brick wall statements. We all go, oh, and there's no comeback. What would happen if somebody said something to you along the lines of, oh, those people are just doing my head in. I'm not paid to do this. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing it. Normally we would go, oh, yeah, I know. Yeah. What would happen if you bought into it and went, oh, okay, which part of it specifically is the bit that you find the most challenging? And then wait. They're going to look at you. Resist the urge to fill the silence. So which Okay. Yeah, that sounds like it'd be challenging. Which part of it do you find is most challenging? What they're going to do is they're not going to tell you. They're going to go, oh, all of it, and they're going to walk away. But that's okay, because what your intention with your statement is not to get the answer, but to challenge by showing interest. Why do we do it? Stick with me. I'm going to tell you why. That person comes back again a bit later and says, God, they treat us bad. I mean, even the coffee is shit. They don't even buy good coffee. Normally you'd go, oh, yeah, I know. Oh. What would happen if you go, well, yeah, that's a good point. Let's go and have a chat to someone about the coffee. I think we should go talk to someone about the coffee. They're going to say, oh, no one listens. It's fine. I'll just drink it. And off they go. Then another time comes and they go something along the lines of, so-and-so is making my life hard. They're the cause of all the problems. They said this, they said that. Where normally you go, buy into it and say, what specifically did they say that really, really upset you? Which part of it? And they'll say, oh, when they said blah, 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 blah. And you say, yeah. So what did that make you feel? That can't have been good. What did you actually feel when they said that? Just start getting really curious and asking questions, because you know what? These people that are professional problem hunters that say these offhand one-liners, the problem that they're identifying is actually not the problem. It's not even close to being the problem. They just need a problem, because that's how they feel powerful, by highlighting the problem. Who's causing the problem? What's causing the problem? When you get used to being really curious and saying, oh, wow, that doesn't sound so good. Tell me which bit of it you think is the problem. You know what's going to happen? They are going to start to very quickly, within about 3 times of these conversations happening, they are very quickly going to start identifying having a bitch with discomfort, because every time they have a bitch, someone's going to go, oh, yeah, tell me more. Give me more information about that. Now, they don't want that because they don't have that information. They don't have the ability to articulate what the actual problem is because that's not actually the problem, because, they're soapboxes. So rather than taking those people aside and going, you know what, we're going to performance manage you because your behavior is difficult, which will just create a whole new problem, get the people that are allowing the behavior, power them up, power yourself up by getting curious. Let's say you have a partner that comes in from outside and starts, and you don't know what it is exactly to say. Normally we would say, why are you so angry? Which just even more. Change it to curiosity and go, what is it specifically that's making you angry? A lot of them aren't going to be able to articulate it, and they're going to go, oh, everything, and they're just going to walk away. But if you keep doing that a couple of times, because remember, the objective here is not to so much get information, because they're not going to answer your question properly. The objective here is to be so curious enough that these people then have to provide more information and be accountable for what it is that they're feeling and articulate exactly what's going on, which they're not going to want to do. So when you do this, you teach them that this behavior becomes uncomfortable and they'll stop doing it. It is like magic. So you're not going to change tyrant behavior by telling the tyrant to change their behavior. all they're going to do is go and exhibit the behavior outside of where you can see and create a whole new problem that's invisible. What you do instead is you empathize with the tyrant and say, wow, that would be really tough. Tell me specifically about this part of it, or give me more information about that part, or how did that part make you feel, or what was it that you thought when they said that, or what exactly about this is really difficult, or what would help you solve it. They're always going to dismiss you and brush you off. And in time, they're going to stop doing this to you because you actually want to know more and they don't have more to give. Imagine what would happen in your workplace if you stopped trying to deal with the tyrants and you gave everyone the ability to know how to respond in a way that was no longer enabling the difficult behavior, was no longer seeing, oh, that's just who they are, or they've just got a lot going on, or they're just, I'm just going to rise above it because it's not about me. We need to get rid of that behavior because that's actually what's creating the tyrants. Now, if you've got a difficult person on staff or in your family who no longer has people that just dismiss their behavior but actually want to know more about it, they are very, 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 very quickly going to stop the behavior because they no longer have the subservience, the minions. And if you've got one particular person in your workplace, and let's face it, every workplace does. In fact, we often have more than one person. That is difficult. And you just educate your people to know how to respectfully question with curiosity and not judgment. You're going to find that these difficult people are going to stop being difficult because they're no longer being rewarded for those statements. It's actually really easy. No one draws blood. There will be no bullying claims. Because when you take these people aside, these tyrants, and say you've got to change your behavior, quite often the way that they respond to it is they either go off on stress leave, they will leave, or they will find another problem, or they'll make it you're the problem. They'll put in a claim against you just to avoid having to deal with it. And that right there is the secret. If you get them to be accountable for what it is they're actually saying in a respectful, kind, empathetic way, they're going to stop saying that stuff. And you're going to teach them to be better because, believe it or not, these people, these difficult people, are not trying to be difficult. It's a coping mechanism. It's a defense mechanism, and it's worked for them. It's not their fault. No one's held them accountable. So stop staring them down and treating them like a child that's in trouble and start realizing who really has the power. And that's the people that are staying quiet and enabling them. Buy into it. Show curiosity. Very open. Let's have a chat. If you are dealing with a situation like this and you think, oh, okay, that could work, but I want to know more, jump onto my website, rebootyourlife.com.au, and book a free 30-minute consult. Let's just, you and I have a chat, obligation free. Tell me what's going on. Let's have a bit of a play with this. Let me give you some clarity. I'm very happy to do that because when you help your staff to be happier and better, do you want to know the great thing in addition to you having a more successful business? Do you want to know what's even better? They go home and treat their families better. They go home and treat themselves better, and they break the cycle. That is the gold. So if I can help you do that, I would love that. And all your staff will start coming to work liking themselves and working with each other. Your people in your family will drop their weapons and start connecting. I'm Leanne from Reboot Mindset Coaching, and I would love to help you. And if I can't help you fully in that half an hour, I can definitely give you something that will help. But if there's a way for us to work together, if I can come in and help with your workplace, I'm very happy to do that. Happy to give you some options for you to consider. Rebootyourlife.com.au, because the difficult people do not need to be difficult. It's the fact that we think that they're difficult that is making it difficult. So changing it is not difficult. Rebootyourlife.com.au. Let's do this. Let's make life easier, because really life should be fun and work should be fun. And it's a lot easier than you think. Rebootyourlife.com.au. Talk to you soon.